Hello guys and welcome back to another game of League of Legends. Just so you guys know, we're playing another mid lane. Well, I guess you might have guessed that, but I was just thinking since I ended up getting top for a few games and I already have a lot of jungle and ADC and support, what I've been neglecting is mid lane a bit. So let's tell you the teams real quick. Okay, so mid Azir, jungle Sejuani, top Nidalee, ADC Ashe, and support Brand. I like it. It's fire and ice. They have a Tabaelia, ADC Tristana, mid lane Nidalee, jungle Shaco, and support Janna. Nope, he's back. I don't know why I did that. He's not gonna last long enough to pull off an attack. Okay, let's see. They're just guarding red buff for now, it looks like. Making sure we don't get invaded. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, by the way, if you couldn't tell by now, we're playing with our friend, the Perfect Leopard, and her other friend, Dr. Stefan Strange. She forgot to like this skin, and she has like a myriad of skins. She has like every Nidalee skin released so far, because she loves Nidalee. I actually picked out the name for her, because she used to be Catwoman. She just so happens to love. Okay, so that should be enough. I don't think we need to push our luck with stealing things. You never want to accidentally steal your jungle's crud. Yep, I didn't think I'd be able to get that. Farming is a pain. It's just so difficult. No. Okay, I usually go with my W level, but perhaps for this game I'll go for leveling my Q, because apparently that's very powerful indeed. And apparently capping. It's a pain farming with a mage. Okay, so for the most part, we won that trade, but we're out of mana. And like I was saying, cooldown reduction is kind of like the go-to kind of thing on Azir, just because it makes him so much more stronger. And I know I say farming is very important, and it is, but I'm trying to farm my best. But it's so hard to farm as an Azir. Well, most mages, because as you see, my attack damage, I don't have any attack damage, anything, because I was focused on AP, and I realized that right now it might have actually been pretty dang beneficial if I went with getting some of that. Now let's see if we can't get off some poke. Okay, so I hear it's better to level up the Q at this point in the time. I used to think it was the W, because that just powered up the soldiers themselves and gave them more damage, and I like to poke with the soldiers. But I guess I'm gonna follow what someone else said for once and see if it works out better. Because you know what? You never know. Don't miss it! But without mana right now, I'm not exactly going to be doing damage. Too much damage. I wanted Aurelia die. Yep, to our friend here. And she's claiming, first time Aurelia, go easy on my buttocks. Go easy on my bones. Let's see. Nidalee, hopefully she is farming that too. Yep. That's good. If she wasn't, I'd be scared. Because you need to at least out-farm your laner or get the same amount of farm if you don't give kills. If you give up any kills, you're going to have to out-farm them to kind of be equal with them. And she's out-farming me, so right now she's actually above me in lane because none of us have kills. Okay. So I don't know if we should be getting back soon, just because it doesn't seem like we have too many services from the jungle, but Shaco is a tricky jungler, and I really don't like that about him. Okay, I missed that, I believe, sadly enough. Just try to get off some poke while you're doing it, because like I said, Azir with his soldiers is very strong with poke because he's able to go out of his own attack range and get damage off. That's something that is actually extremely powerful if the enemies underestimate it. But for someone like me who's out of mana, it doesn't do much good to be exactly. And Nidalee on level 6 isn't too much of a difference right now, because actually she now starts out with her ult. Well, it may be a little bit stronger now that she's leveled. It's not like before where she'd suddenly be able to transform just because she got level 6. Now, it's almost like she could have transformed all the time. Let's get off some auto attacks and pierce right through her heal. See, we might not be in range for that at the moment, but we can still get it. And now that we have the 2 potions, we can actually stay in lane for a little bit longer. And I'm gonna power up the W second, just because it's what I'm used to, and I think I can make some good use of it if I use it correctly. And it seems like the Q is now more. Just get off some nice little poke there, here and there. Now that she has to go back, we should shove to her tower, but she also has teleport, so I don't know if that will make too much of a difference. But shoving to our tower to make her miss some minions of ours, even if we miss some of our own, because making her miss minions too means we'll be on even ground. And maybe just get an auto attack or 2 on the turret, and she's back. Let's see. She now has a chalice. I don't know if you guys heard, but the chalice isn't the best in the world anymore. It's not the worst, considering it has the magic resist she needs to take some of our poke. But it isn't the best. It's just because it was recently nerfed. So I didn't use it too much in the first place, or like I used it, but I didn't like consciously like check out what its stats were. Gotta yell that, but I'm gonna back now because I have no mana. I don't want to continue this fight. No, I should probably wait a little bit. But let me go tab and see. Yeah, it seems like the mana regen faction of it was the biggest nerf, but it still is good for magic resist. And I think it used to have cooldown, but that might have been just taken off. Just dodge that. Don't want to get hit by that. Now we have enough for the item I wanted. But now since we're still here, I don't really have too much of a need to just go back anymore. So let's just farm a bit more. And let's just tank the minions for a little bit longer and get them. Oh, I didn't get that one. More damage for our Q, but next, I'm gonna probably max my Q next level. But it's probably gonna be more important at this point to get some Get some damage on my E. Oh, wait. I'm gonna pretend. I feel bad now. I'm like... laugh, laugh, laugh. Novice, novice, novice. Sweat, 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 sweat.
Power of the sun lives.
I should have said that Nidalee was gone, but I didn't, because I actually wasn't too sure. I thought she just backed off.
Challenge Shurima. Challenge fate.
Let's see if we can't just get off some good damage, because that range is just so much stronger if we're pretty far away from, if we're far from our own soldiers, actually. The distance on that becomes much more substantial to be sorted. And now that she's here, I don't have to really fear too much from... Okay, so she baited that out. So that is a big disadvantage for us. I'm going to pop a potion because I don't have too much of my own healing. But I don't think Shaka would be too eager to go in on this fight at the moment. Okay, that might have been unnecessary damage, but... And Shaka might be coming at any moment, because I don't have a ward down right now. And he should be... If you're good and you check, like... I don't think she picked up any wards, because she probably doesn't feel like it, because this is low level. But if you check to see if your opponents have wards and whether or not they use them, it could be very useful. Especially for the jungler and ganks. Or in general, if you feel like you need to gank someone. I don't know why Ashe is on the way. Honestly. What use that to go to think? Good job. I mean, that's kind of what I thought she was playing because her arrow is good range. But I wasn't exactly sure if that was the case because she was heading mid herself. Which wasn't exactly necessary. I thought maybe she was just going mid because she was a little mad at range. Because, I mean, I can understand. If she's mad at her support for who's getting more kills than her. It's definitely the clone. It's not like... But now he may actually come in himself. If I'm not too careful. So I can't be too overconfident, because he might actually himself come in and try to take me down. There's not much I can do. If Shaco chose to come in right now, it would be really hard for me to fight him. Let's see if I can stave him off with just that. I'm hoping he'll think twice if I have my sand soldiers out, but that might not even stop him from jumping in and just murdering me to death. And yes, that is a real thing. I have this, and I'm gonna go for sock shoes because just because I have so much more AP than I did before, even though it's not a lot, having that magic penetration right now is just gonna be much better, considering that I'm going to be able to ignore what little magic resist this person has. So we're going different ways. But she seems... Oh, that's our teammate. She's kicking butt. Wrong Nidalee. Yeah, she doesn't have a lot to do on her right now. And I should probably say that our team's missing. I mean, our Nidalee's missing. She might have been bought already and be like... Ooh, that's awkward. Ooh, killed it. Let's see if we could... This Irelia is weak, so there's a good chance we'll be able to kill her. Okay, so that was easier than I thought. She went on the Ash even though I was there. Forced mistake. If you're very weak and even if you could kill the Ash, that might have been a worthwhile thing. Like, because that's something I would do if I could. If I felt like I could make a difference by going in like that and sacrifice my own death for a trade, like 1 for 1, I would do that. But in our case, I didn't see any real like significance in that. You know? I shouldn't really think too much of that. Just because I have that giant wall and she can't really get across it. But I should still worry because Shaco could come and assassinate me. So I have to be ready at a moment's notice. She could definitely be jumping in that bush.
Shut down.
Order is given.
And that might have given me away, so let me jump over the wall. But Shaco wasn't in too much of a position to fight himself, so it's not that I'm too worried. And I didn't say Ash was MIA, that's my bad. But let's see. Right now it's only Janabot, and while their ADC is actually getting fed, so she'll be a threat. So this builds some good defensive skills against mages, but instead of getting any like offensive item, I might want to walk towards getting a defensive item, so I don't have to worry about Tristana too much, because I don't think anyone else on this team will really threaten me too much. And I don't know where that is headed. Let's see. It's probably headed about here. And I was right.
This
An ally has been slain.
Yep. And I just get all that from with my minions. We're still ahead, but not by the biggest amount in the world. So we should still be careful. And let's see. Wait. It's fine that she got that. Let's see if we can't just. Oh, we weren't close enough. But I was actually like. She's actually doing a lot more damage than I would have suspected. But one, dang it. Sorry, guys. The thing is, I don't like about Azir's kit is, I want to W that with my, because if you guys see it, just does damage to the turret, but it kept summoning them because I didn't get in range first. Which is the one thing I really don't like about that, because it requires you to actually, like, be close enough. And it doesn't, it's not one of those things where, like, you'll click it and automatically your character will move closer in order to perform that action. So in general, it just makes it a difficult thing to do if you're not close enough, and it is a pain, as you saw there. I got killed, and I mean, I was willing to go for that turret, even though it was a little bit risky, because I could have. I don't know if you guys saw my strategy there, but if you look here, I can turn this thing. But if I were to destroy this thing, I would have been a turret, and in the middle of them, I would have summoned a turret, and that would have just been great. A great advantage for us. And while part of me thinks like maybe I should just throw in the towel for that and say it'd probably be best not to just she took the siege. But I want to actually like get that to her, because that will be so much more advantageous. And of course, I really, really hate the fact that that doesn't work. Like, I'm just dying for no reason when I should. If it did that automatically, I could just so easily made more plays with that. But as you guys see, it refuses to do that easily, and just for that, I got killed. I know it's being greedy of me, and just knowing that it's not gonna work if I don't do it close enough in the first place. I was hoping with Ash there, and they weren't totally composed in front of the turret, I could have gotten it, but it's just kind of frustrating because I know I can get it, and I'm just like waiting for it. I mean, you guys can probably see how that can be frustrating, right? And I'm just making a fool of myself in front of you guys, and that's making me all the more a little bit angry. I hope you guys understand those deaths and understand what I was trying to do there. Because even though I failed a bit, I want to let you guys know. I don't know why they're surrendering. Someone's probably else is pissed off. But I want you guys to know that stuff like that is very possible, and I think you guys should definitely take. What? No! Don't surrender.
Order is given.
Just in case, because she was actually fairly strong. Ah, dang it. She's too far ahead for me to nick her with anything, and I don't want to taste one of her deadly spears because I'm not paying attention. I don't know why they're so willing. I overstayed. I know. It's just so frustrating because things aren't happening the way I wanted to, but that's a nice snipe. And I was having such a strong early game. And our team's fighting. It's just kind of like frustrating. I hope you guys don't mind. So let's look at the situation right now. Tristana is a monster right now. But we can overcome it, like Brand says. If we kill her, the team's gonna fall apart, okay? That's what you gotta do. You target the more important targets, and you take them out, and they're useless. We have to focus on me, Brand, and Lily's strength. I have to be a little less bad. Because, I mean, I'm a little too eager to get into these scraps. I'm a little too eager to fight when it's not in my biggest advantage. I mean, with Tristan, I could have gotten her and left, but I stayed, even though, and I knew Lily could have, like, popped me, really, and I knew that. And you guys see what that got me, that overconfidence? I didn't think that was it, considering he was pretty much gonna let that get him. We should have gotten a ward in that one bush too. Just gonna go across. But as you see right now, I'm running low on mana, and fighting that could really be inconsequential, or in fact, it probably would just end bad in our favor. I'm just gonna send my pent out rage. But as you see, like, we take her out, she's not gonna be able to take it. She's very squishy. If you guys didn't see that firsthand. So you just gotta focus on her, and she'll pop, and then that big damage burst from her that we have to be so afraid of. I mean, I know right now that going for that would have been plenty dangerous. I don't know if she should go in on that, considering now that I have a lot better damage sustain.
Power of the sun lives in Shuri.
Oh gosh. Okay, my turret's still here. Just don't want to get hit by that. Yeah, sure, I'll go for the minions. That's my plan all along. I didn't mean to hit her. Janna is probably there just to bait us. And I would leave. Now that you see our turret is low, is about to go die on itself.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Let's see if I can't catch Shaco. Okay, hopefully it looks like I've left. Or at least it seems like I'm not about to run into a trip. But Nidalee at this point has a good vantage point on me, considering that I'm weak and I've lost a lot of health. And that spear right there could have just killed me in one fellow swoop. Just bring that here. I don't think I'll be able to fight that. And I don't think our team should engage on that until I get back. Because I want to get, perhaps, I mean, at this point, I can get a lot more magic damage. And I really need it if I want to help fight them. I need to be able to dodge Nidalee's spears and do damage. Now that Nidalee is doing such amazing damage, I'm going to have to also watch out for her and focus on building some more magic resist. If it has to come to that. That's the problem. Yeah. Okay, at this point, I don't know if I could be able to fight her too well. So let's not focus on that. Don't want to get hit by that, and I'm already out of mana. Which just happens very badly. Because I really am going to need to fix that whole mana problem. I know that was bad, guys. I even told you in a lot of previous matches, don't use your Zonias because it has a long cooldown if you're not going to survive. And that's exactly what I did. I'm a hypocrite, I know. But I didn't want to die that bad. I'm like, I don't want to die, and I have this, and I wasn't going to be anyway. And it's not that long a cooldown, but it can be substantial because the next fight we have, if we're not careful, I'm not going to have it. Okay, guys? I know I don't do things as I say as I almost give advice for, but I want you guys to understand. Even if I have problems with it, doing it myself, some of the advice I'm telling you is actually pretty good. Like, if you're going to die, don't Zonias. Like, what was the... If you just take, for example, what I did. What was the point of me zoning? What did it do to help me? Or make it justified for using it up? Let's just move them back into here. Red buff isn't going to do much for me. Ah, why can't I move? Yeah, it wasn't going to do much for me, but... And it'd probably be better to give it to someone else. Which, although I didn't have much to do, I want to use my Sand Soldiers for something. Remember, guys, don't just willy-nilly play the game. You have to, like, have a goal and purpose in mind, in my opinion. And like I said, I might not follow everything I say to a point. To like a Q. But that's probably a clone. He doesn't seem to show much regret about jumping in and doing something that could possibly have killed him. And Red buff is good on anybody. Please let me survive. No, I should have Zonia's that. Guys, just imagine that. I saved myself here and my soldiers came running. Of course, they died afterwards, so they didn't do much damage, and I found myself suffering from that death. But imagine what would have happened if I got that off better. Okay, now our teammate Stephen Strange, my friend's friend. Yeah, I don't know much about that person, but if you actually like think about it, this is like Ash is trying to pretty much AFK, which I guess guys will probably can tell how that's a little bit demoralizing. Just the fact that she's doing nothing when we actually like need her. That's like the people I don't like the most. But I'm not gonna blame her or like report her, because in my own opinion, like I can get how this is really depressing. I can get how you have like these struggle, like you don't want to play this game anymore, and we're not surrendering. And that's probably just getting her more angry, you know. It's one of those like. Just go by that. And sadly enough, Ash isn't really helping. Or is she? No. For a second I thought I saw her out of base, but she's not. So, disregard that. But, I mean, even if that ult had hit, that's still something good for our team. I was hoping I could get that. But let's see. Perhaps now that they're all gone, if I set up a turret up here and actually start pushing actively. Oh, my turret thing's cooldown is down. But the good thing about Nidalee on our team is she can help heal, and even if it's a little bit inconsequential, hopefully we can keep them at bay. And I hope going this way might confuse them, because they're probably suspecting me go near to my own jungle. And I think they just gave up chase, or they went the wrong way. Because some of them didn't go, but sometimes you don't need more than one person to chase down a straggler. Remember that, because that is actually very important. Let's see. Right now, we need some magic resist. So let's see. Magic resist, but ability power as well. Morale and Nomcom has been proven, or at least is said to be a very good item, especially since the whatever Athene's unholy grail has been nerfed. So it might actually be much better. Okay. Sadly enough, we couldn't really fight that me and Bran because she got away. But hopefully, you know, we make a big difference in the end. Couldn't save the turret, couldn't do a lot of things. Okay, let's see. Like I said, sometimes it's more important to Zonia's when you can make use of it. Let's see, make sure she's not in there. And I don't know if even if we went after her, if it would do much use. And people are trying to surrender again. And that's just great and dandy, but it's not helping us win this game, so let's try ignoring it. Okay, just the cooldown reduction. Yeah, one of the best things to cap on him is the cooldown reduction, because it just boosts his attack speed. So the minions who take on his attack speed just because, I'm pretty sure they take on his attack speed. I'm not exactly sure at the moment, because But I think it's my own attack speed that it takes. So let's see if we can't just buff ourselves, because cooldown reduction and attack speed go hand in hand. The more of that either one we have is just gonna... No, well, not the more of either one. It only works with the cooldown reduction. But it's still pretty helpful in general. They're definitely gonna make it there first. I don't think I can protect it. Just gotta dodge that, in my opinion, because you don't want to get hit by that. And like I said, we can't really do much against it, which is just sad. And she's not gonna dive us, but that might be for the best anyways. I don't know how much we could have gotten done. Okay, and that goes to her, I guess. All that hard work, and Ash isn't still doing anything, sadly. So we're gonna lose this, and I'm sorry to have to say this, but I want you guys to learn some things about this game either way, because I think it's important to learn from every defeat. No matter how hard a game is, like, we're not giving up. I mean, sure, Ash who is the one who gave up, but we're like still fighting. We're still trying our hardest. And Shoshana is still wary of us, because we're not just gonna lie down and die like that. Lie down and die. I mean, it may seem hard at times to do anything useful when you're just so far behind, but staying strong is a test, almost. If you can stay strong through all this, I mean, it's just a testament to your own will, your power. And I say, strength of the will is some of the most important strength you can have. You know, set up a turret because I don't want to be too caught down by that. It would be cool if I were to set up the secondary turret, if it would go. Okay. Well. I didn't think I'd be able to survive that anyways. And she's just way too powerful. And what sucks, to say the least, is no matter how hard we're actually trying, it's just so much hampered by other players just being unwilling to help. So I mean, like, I'm not gonna report Ash because that's not my style. I mean, sure, it hurts our team, and she's just pretty much making it so we can't win, and she's just going on, and I don't know if she's actually trying right now, or if she's just feeding more. It doesn't really look like she's trying, because she's going AP Ash. She's completely, like, given up, and she's just letting our team down. I hope you guys don't do anything like that. I mean, you may be discouraged, you might get angry if, let's say you're on a team with someone like me and my friends. We don't want to give up no matter how many times you attempt to surrender. I mean, that can be frustrating if it looks like a really lost game to you, but sometimes you just really want to try, your teammates want to try their best. And I mean, you should encourage that kind of attitude too. I didn't mean to hit 2. Dang, that's pretty bad. I was hoping to walk away, put down my W and E or something like that, but I messed up, and that was my. You see, I'm not gonna blame it on anyone else. Really, be like, oh, GG, well played. I'm not gonna blame this loss on anyone else, because I believe if you try your hardest, you can like surpass things like that. It makes it harder, but you can surpass it, in my opinion. You shouldn't just be like, it's over, you're never gonna win, it's lost because of Ash, because you can't just let people like that ruin your own day. You can't let them make you lose, because no one can make you do anything. They can make it easier for you to give up. They can make it easier for you to want to give in, but they can't make you. So fight with your hardest strength and don't give in. It may be a hopeless battle, but you don't know that. Now let's go top to see if we can punish this Aurelia for thinking she can take our top lane. And I'm gonna just tell her in general to be careful, because you don't know who's out there. See, Ashe, even though she's not being the most helpful at this point, it seems like she's actually like trying now. Maybe doing a different kind of thing, but she's still trying. Don't chase too far. That's my opinion. Because if you chase too far, it becomes so easy to get ganked. And now that my pass is up, you see like all those turrets on both sides, not just our side. Gotta remember that. It may look down, but we're not losing to that substantial of a loss. Ashe may be going AP, but who knows? There's no way that we can know the future before it happens. So you shouldn't act like it's set and called, that no matter what you do, it's over. Okay, I might want to get out of here, because they destroyed my turret. But it's self-destructed, they didn't get the points for killing it. Ha! And that heal slash whatever shield I got a moment ago. I don't know why she's exhausting me. I mean, I might be like the most susceptible to dying at the moment, but it works more on AD characters. Or AD champs. My knights, my Shuriman soldiers look pretty dangerous. Let's see. We might be able to get a kill off this. Okay. I didn't think I was going to be able to, but what I was thinking there, but I didn't do it because I didn't know if it was going to work, and that probably was a mistake there, because you can't just assume things aren't going to work. But I was thinking of even just using my Zonias in order to gain enough time to summon soldiers, but I didn't know, like, okay, I don't think it was actually going to work after all, because they probably could have wrecked me with this Tristana here before I had a chance to do anything. So I kind of I mean, that was a fruitless effort. Even if I Zonias, I was going to die, and Tristana and Nidalee, even though she was low, a kill on her wasn't going to do much for our team. It's already over, so I'm not going to surrender. I mean, we're going to lose in whether or not we surrender, so, but I'm not going to give in to the last moment. Well, I'm sorry it kind of went really downhill in this game, but I hope you learned a lot of things, because I know from this loss there's a lot you can learn, and there's a lot of things that you can take from it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If so, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. GG, well played.